All right, Bandit, this is specifically for you. My second attempt. Hopefully it goes through. All right, let's start with some of the morals that I misaligned with my so-called friends. I should have put that in quotes to begin with. I didn't. But let's start with DEI. I support it. I always have. Being somebody of a Hispanic background, I have been profiled myself. Not going to get into that. However, DEI had to be implemented in the first place because there was such high rates of inequality. In fact, back before it was like really established, there was people being fired for not only race, gender, sexuality, but also weight. Overweight people were being fired from their own jobs. That's a real thing that happened. Also, like this imperialistic ideology now that seems to be floating around about Greenland, Canada, Panama Canal, and potentially even Mexico. I don't support that. And these people claim to be, anti-war. Okay. Some of these are NATO nations that would not go over well. Thirdly, just these inherently racist values that they hold so dear, like the mass deportation of immigrants. First of all, if they are really illegal, the only way to really know that is if they don't have papers. Otherwise, you're just judging. That inherently gives way for people to racially profile others. That's not good. And then let's get into women's rights, right? You have a lot of conservative men speaking on like women's right to vote, which they fought for so hard to even get that in the first place. Women's suffrage was a huge movement. If you don't know anything about that, perhaps look into it. And then, the overturning of Roe v. Wade and the potential implementation of a nationwide abortion ban. I don't support that either. I think that women should have absolute autonomy over their own bodies. And anybody who thinks differently, especially a man, you're a fucking idiot. So yeah, I've had people, I live in upstate New York, I had people that I grew up with that have just stabbed these ideals in the back time and time again, and it's absolutely puzzling. And then they'll run to me for advice because for some reason they think I have my shit together, but I really don't. And I think it's humorous that they're struggling after going through and voting for a man like that, because that means that they support that value. I voted with so many other people in mind. I didn't care about grocery prices, but I also saw the candidate for who she was, and so I don't want to be political. Prior to this election, I was semi-political, and I understood the basics of it. I didn't really invest too much into it. But since this election and spending the last 8 years listening to and watching these people display these outrageous ideologies and just force them in our faces, no, I no longer want to be kind to these people. Anyway, I hope this helps.